Now, welcome back to the Prospect Talk. We're talking about Mets prospects, and we're getting closer to the end of this list, which is from Amazing Avenue. They do the best job of giving you the most detailed scouting reports of the Mets prospects. Years ago, I used to get a newsletter in the mail every month. Every few months, it was, I forget what the hell they called it. I wish I could get it again. But it detailed every single Met minor leaguer in the Mets minor league system. I can't remember the name of them, but if you're out there watching, let me know who it was. I don't remember. I used to get it every month for years, and I used to get this all these different scatter reports in the late '90s and early 2000s. All these minor leaguers, just Met prospects, but minor leaguers. It's crazy, and it was such a great newsletter. If anybody remembers it, I don't know if anybody even knows about it. But anyway, who's number 6 on the Mets list on Amazing Avenue? Top 25 Mets prospects for 2025. Drew Gilbert at number 6. Next on their list is an outfielder. Drew Gilbert is the son of Andy Gilbert, who played soccer at Bethel University, and Cindy, who was a gymnast at Ball State University. He inherited his parents' athletic genes and became a standout two-way player at Stillwater High School in Oakland Park Heights, Minnesota. In 2019, he won the Gatorade Player of the Year in Minnesota, posting a 0.14 ERA with 97 strikeouts while hitting .417. Considered one of the better high school players in Minnesota, the Minnesota Twins selected their hometown player in the 35th round of the 2019 MLB Draft. The 1,049th player selected overall, but the selection was more ceremonial than serious. An acknowledgement of Gilbert's achievements, as he and his best friend and teammate, Will Frisch, had strong commitments to Oregon State. While Frisch did, Gilbert did not actually end up attending college there. Following a coaching change, which included Coach Nate Yeski going to the University of Arizona, Gilbert reclassified and committed to the University of Tennessee. The 2020 season, Gilbert's freshman year, was interrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic, but the 19-year-old certainly made an impression in the limited time on the field he had. Appearing in 15 games and making 10 starts in the outfield for Coach Tony Vitello's Vols, Gilbert hit .350, .490 on base percentage, .500 slugging percentage, with 3 doubles, a home run. Additionally, he pitched 4 games, posting a 5.63 ERA in 8 innings. In 2021, his sophomore year, Gilbert was the only volunteer to appear in all 68 games, making 67 starts. The 20-year-old hit .274, 12 doubles, 1 triple, 10 home runs. Finishing the year ranked 3rd on the team in hits with 74. Additionally, he once again got into a handful of games as a pitcher. Appearing in 7 games, he posted a perfect 0.00 ERA, 8 1/3 innings, allowing 3 hits, walking 5, and striking out 8. While current and future teammate Blade Tidwell, he was invited to play with the USA Baseball National Collegiate Team that summer. The 22 season was Gilbert's junior year, and he stepped up big time. Appearing in 58 games, he was one of multiple players that have an OPS over 1,000 for a powerful Volunteers team that went 57-9 and went all the way to the NCAA Super Regionals, losing to Notre Dame. Gilbert had .362 with 21 doubles, 4 triples, 11 home runs. His performance was particularly clutch late in the season. He was named SEC Tournament MVP. Having gone on a run of success at the major league level in the mid to late 2010s that resulted in later draft selections and having forfeited their first and second round draft picks in 2020 and 21 due to the 2017-2018 sign stealing controversy, Chris Gross and the Houston Astros scouting department sorely needed who they identified as the best talent available to them, and they selected Drew Gilbert, 28th overall pick in the 22 MLB draft. Two sides agreed to a $2.4 million signing bonus. The outfielder made his professional debut in the Florida Complex League Astros. Home in his first at bat, he was shortly promoted to the AAA Fayetteville Woodpeckers. Played there for a handful of games before having a season, and prematurely in mid-August after dislocating his right elbow, colliding into the center field wall during a play. Considered one of Houston's best prospects despite the limited playing time and injury, Gilbert began the 23 season with the high Asheville Tourists. He spent exactly a month there before the organization promoted him, hitting .361 in 21 games. At the beginning of May, he was assigned to the Double-A Corpus Christi, where he got into 60 games for the Hooks. He initially handled the promotion with a plum, hitting .300 with a 15-game hitting streak, on-base streak, and multiple multi-hit games. His production plummeted by the beginning of June. Nagging left elbow discomfort that limited him at times to play DH was denied by the organization as the reason for his struggles. But whatever the case, he had .241 in 60 games with the Hooks, a far cry from what he demonstrated he was able to do when healthy and locked. On August 1st, the Mets traded Justin Verlander to the Astros and received Gilbert and former Torres teammate Ryan Clifford in return. The outfielder was assigned to Double-A Binghamton, where he played from the beginning of August until the end of the 2023 season. The move seemed to revitalize Gilbert and he became the heart and soul of the team, much like he had been with the Vols. In 35 games, he hit .325, 7 doubles, 6 home runs. Binghamton went 17-9 in August and 10-4 in September to end the Eastern League Second Division, a 39-27 record and clinch a playoff spot. In the Eastern League Division Series, he went 2 for 8 with a walk and 3 strikeouts, and in the Eastern League Championship, went 3 for 9 with a clutch 3-run home run. All in all, Gilbert appeared in 116 games between the Taurus, Hooks, and Rumble Ponies, had a cumulative .289 with 26 doubles, 3 triples, 18 home runs, 12 stolen bases, and 17 attempts and 58 walks to 97 strikeouts. Gilbert started the 2024 season with the Syracuse Mets, and having been ranked the Mets' number 2 prospect by Amazing Avenue, expectations were high. While far from a guarantee, a strong showing with Syracuse could have prompted the Mets to make room for him at the major league level, or to put him in the running for a roster spot if one opened up. Gilbert unfortunately did not make his major league debut in 24, as a hamstring strain kept him off of the field for a large portion of the season. Sustained on August 6th during the second game of the doubleheader, the outfielder did not return to the field until mid-July, and he did not return to AAA until late July. All in all, Gilbert appeared in 56 games and hit .215 with 8 doubles, 10 home runs, with 3 stolen bases and 25 walks to 51 strikeouts. The left-handed Gilbert stands wide and open at the plate, holding his hands high and angling his bat at 11 o'clock. He does not have much of a load or weight transfer, closing up instead and using a toe tap timing mechanism. While he may be just 5'9", his bat packs a punch thanks to a quick bat, an excellent eye and high coordination that allows him to really battle the ball, with multiple recorded exit velocities measuring over 110 miles per hour during his time in college. In 2024, he averaged 85.2 miles per hour exit velocity, with average readings over 100 miles per hour, and a season high of 106.6 miles per hour. A comebacker ground ball hit off a Jackson Rutledge sinker. He does most of his damage to his pull size, jumping on fastballs early in the count when possible, but able to work in the bat and grind down a pitcher when necessary. Gilbert sometimes can get swing happy and aggressive. Unnecessary expanding the zone, trying to make contact and lift the ball, but he has a strong sense of the strike zone and a good overall approach. As compared to the 2024 AAA average, he had a slightly higher Z contact rate and a slightly lower chase rate. An average to above average runner, he has strong enough base running instincts to stretch singles into doubles, take extra bases, and steal a fair share of bases. Gilbert did virtually all of his damage against fastballs, okay? Let me just skip some of this. There's a lot. I'm sorry. There's so much stuff with this particular scouting report. I want to give you all the details a little bit much. He showed some timing issues with his swing when he first returned from the injured list and seemed to be pressing and attempting to pull and lift the ball more than usual. But whether this odd development is due to lingering rust from his hamstring injury or having trouble adjusting AAA pitching remains to be seen. In the outfield, Gilbert uses his speed to cover plenty of ground in center field. He has an arm that has touched as high as 95 miles per hour, during his periodic pitching performances with Tennessee. He runs indoors well enough to play an average center field in the long term, but can also handle right field as well. A gamer and competitor, Gilbert gives every play 100%, which has come back to hurt him in terms of injuries, but allows him to eke out the most of his defensive abilities and certainly endears himself to fans who appreciate his hard-nosed style of play. Now, he has a reputation, and it's a good reputation. If he's on your team, you love him, and when he's not on your team, you don't love him. He's been compared to guys like Brett Gardner, and he's been compared to guys like Lenny Dykstra, to give you a Mets perspective. But the thing about Gilbert is, I don't know, it's because he lost time not being on the field most of the season. His stock has dropped a little bit, just in general. There were lists that he was on last year, top 100 lists. He's not on some of the lists now. So this is a concerning thing about his overall where he stands. So he has to get on the field this year, and he has to stay on the field. He cannot get hurt. And he's had a propensity to get hurt. And we know that he had that terrible injury last year to his hamstring. He's got to stay on the field. That's the number one thing that he must do to be successful. Because when he's on the field and he's healthy, he puts up the numbers and he plays well. His future's probably in right field, just from other scanning reports I've read. So that's kind of where he's probably going to be, as a future right fielder. Right now we have a future right fielder, but you never know where he's going to play. But it'll be interesting to see how he develops this spring and whether he can stay healthy this year. So he might not even be with the Mets by the trading deadline. Who knows? But thank you for watching this video. And please, of course, subscribe to Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.